Es la que hay, mi gente. Otro episodio más de Un Casco, una Historia. Hoy estamos bien contentos. We happy. We got somebody special today.
Excited.
We got two people special today in the podcast. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to hear this story, Pito. How you doing, Pete?
It was fire, man. Thank to these two guests that we got today. I've been with them all day. They took me around everywhere. We rode e-bikes everywhere. We had a blast, man.
But let's start off with our sponsors before we get to the interview. We got Just BIKELIFE It. Check his website, justbikelifeit.com. He got merch. He sells masks. He even works on people's merch.
He got it all.
Yeah, if you need merch, hit him up. The most important one, Empire Customs.
Empire.
With the helmets, hit him up on the Instagram. Same thing. He got merch too, but the most important, he does that dope ass helmets right there. He makes them. So safety first, anyways.
Yeah.
So,
Everywhere. Safety first, everywhere.
the third one we got is Freaky Blocks in the house too,
Block.
and he's here too.
Right.
But Freaky Block got merch. So hit him up. He got some dope ass merch that I'm waiting for my shirt, and it still haven't got here.
It's in the mail. He
And-
came in and it's in the mail.
And the last one is wrapped out. So if your bike is not wrapped
Wrapped
out,
out.
get it wrapped out by her. She's dope. She does dope ass work, and she makes banners and stickers and all that stuff.
Yep.
So you ready
Yeah,
for this
let's
podcast?
get it,
Y'all
let's
ready?
get it, let's get it.
So then we
Clap it
got
up again, baby.
baby
Clap it up
DBlocks
again.
in the house, yo. Yeah. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good.
You doing good? Talk a little loud on the mic. All right, don't be scared. Let's go.
Man,
Shy.
Treat these mic like you treat those bikes, bro. Cause you be hitting those bikes hard. So, and we got his father Julio in the house too.
Julio on the crib.
We gotta make sure we can say we got his father here.
Yeah, the originator.
YouTube is not
He's
playing no
he's the
more.
originator.
He ain't come
man.
alone, look.
Yeah.
So how y'all doing? How was the ride here?
Good. He
I
slept the whole way.
That,
Every trip.
that's what usually happens.
Every
He sleeps
trip.
a lot.
You wake up. 10 minutes.
So he got it good. He got it
ready.
good.
This
be
is
ready.
dope, bro. Cause my son is around. I got three boys. I got a baby, and I got two that is almost your age. So it's pretty dope that, like, when my kids see it, they're gonna be like, yo, I could do it too, type of thing.
That's a fact.
So that's dope, and that's dope from you, bro, from doing that. I gotta give you your flowers now, like.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
That's a hell of, and you even teaching me to be a better father now. So thank you very much for that. And
Appreciate
I gotta give you flowers before we keep going here. But let's start it off, yo. I gotta know where the baby DBlocks name came from, bro. Like that's that whole baby DBlock. I know DBlock has a history, but baby DBlock is dope. So how that name came about?
It came from DBlocks. When I was born, he told me my dad to make my own Instagram, and my dad did it, and he told me what should my name be, and just made it the baby DBlocks.
So he gave you that name.
He used to.
Yes.
He used to watch his YouTube like 3 or 4. He was about to turn 4. He used to watch his YouTube, and I would send him. I didn't know him. I had an Instagram. He didn't have an Instagram, and I would send the video to DBlocks like, yo, look, and he'd go outside in his little huffy. And he tried to do the tricks like him, and then but DBlocks said, and I always say it, you know what I mean? It's like you gotta pay homage to the ones that
Right,
done
right.
what you know good for you, whether
Right.
he's liked or not. I always have respect for him, and he told me, yo, make him his own Instagram, because a couple years it's gonna go crazy. And I was like, all right. I didn't really know nothing about Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what
So
I'm
at
saying?
first-
I
at
had
first
my own
you like,
Instagram because I have a body shop and I'm an airbrush artist. So
Yeah,
that's
you
how
do
my
air-
page was always, the numbers was always good. And then, but I had to make him one, and it just took off, bro. It took off. But I asked him, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna make him a page, but is it cool that I name him Baby DBlocks? He was like, yeah. And it's been the same ever since. I had people all the time, bro, yo, change his name. I'm not changing his name.
Nah,
Right,
he's
right.
known.
Maybe when he get older, he want to decide to change it. But as far as now, it's loyalty. You know what I mean? To me,
Right.
it means everything. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
that's fire, man, because getting that name from RD Block,
Yeah.
he did a lot in the bike culture, in the pedal bike culture, and in a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Social media itself, he did a lot. So you didn't just get that name from just like a regular nobody.
Regular person,
So
yeah.
that's fire.
I mean, he taught me a lot, bro. He taught me the Instagram. He taught me short, like how to edit on Instagram. Like all my edits, 98% of them are on Instagram. I don't go and, you know, unless you see something crazy, like, you know, it's my videographer. But,
Yeah.
you know, and I use a guy named Riley in my city who's nice. You know what I'm saying? And he's been recording my son since he was 5. So it's like as he got older, then I start paying him. Whatever we get paid to do, then I pay him. And he's super humble.
Yeah, so before we, let's slow it down a little bit. Before this page blew up, because this page, BabyDblocks page is a monster.
Yeah.
I know before that became a monster, there was a lot of sweat, tears, a lot of work to it. So I want to know, like, people need to know that this didn't just happen from the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like, this took a long time.
They see 2 million and something followers, they think, oh yeah, you paid for that, or you nah. Honestly, like, I started that page organically, like, you know, to show people, because when I was 19, when I had my daughter, my boys I used to hang out with all the time, he's telling me, yo, your life is over. My life ain't over. I was scared, you know what I'm saying? My life just begun, having the kids, having my 4 daughters. You know, so it's like you to show people you can be a dad and enjoy your shit too. Like, I know a lot of people that ride, my boy about to have a baby, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be the same way. I was like that with my daughters. All my daughters ride, my wife ride. You know, so it's like it's the engagement I wanted, you know what I'm saying, to show you how a father is on social media. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I think that's dope. Like, a lot of dudes, just like, let's talk in the bike life culture. I know they have kids and they have a son. Yeah. They like, oh man, I want my son to be. I want to ride with my son. Like,
I show love to them.
That's a whole different. Bro. Like, how do you feel when you ride with your dad? Like,
it feels great.
Yeah.
You're right. Used to always. I always roll with him.
Yeah.
But now it's at a point where sometimes I ease back and I be like, yo, tell your boy just record you, send me videos. Because I mean, I always wanted to be around my dad, but there's some points that you don't. You know, I gotta step back. As cool as we are together, I don't treat him like a 12-year-old, bro. He's 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? I always say, because all his friends are older, so I just make sure I give him his space and do what he do. But he knows sometimes, be like, yo, you gotta come ride with me. We gotta make these clips.
So Julio, how many kids you have?
I have 4 daughters, and he's my only son.
He's the baby. He's the baby.
But I have a stepson too, who's like 29.
Okay.
With my wife, I've been with him since he was 8 years old. So
that's your son.
That's yours.
That's my son.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So,
I gotta go. How is it in school with all this fame that you have? Because it's 2 million. This is not 2 people.
Everybody want to be my friend. It's funny.
Everybody wants to be your friend.
Yeah, I got a kid in my school. He always tell people he's my bodyguard. He just
Efron?
Yeah, Efron.
Efron. So Efron, a good story, and I told you this is one of them stories. I had to hardship him because not everything is good with the schools, but in my city I had to hardship move him because I had a problem with the principal. So I moved him to a school, Martin Luther King school, and it was like the best decision ever. You know, that was a school. If you see the videos, at the end of the year, they had the last 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the school principal came to me and she said, listen, they supported him the whole year. They bought his merch, everything, you know what I'm saying? So they let him ride his bikes, his Harley, his dirt bike, and his pedal bike at the school.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna ask you.
That's
you have
like
a
fire. Never.
That's
history.
That's the school staff.
And the superintendent.
There's a video. I have a question
the
about
superintendent.
That's fucking
The
amazing.
superintendent that he's wheeling around is the superintendent of all the schools.
Wow.
So it was like, but the reason they did it, they said, you think on Wednesday is the last day of school. You think you can get him to do his event, his stunts for the kids? And I'm like, yeah, but for what? She said, because we have poor attendance on that day. So if you're here, the only way we can get, the only way you can watch BabyDblocks and do his thing,
you had to get to
you
school.
had to be here Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday was the event.
That right there.
So that was dope to me, and I was like, yeah. So there was the one kid that wasn't very popular when he started that school, is Efron, his bodyguard. So Efron, they didn't really, the teacher told me like he was in your class, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't really pay no attention to Efron, but when he came, he was like, oh my God, you're in my class. He was starstruck.
Yeah.
He didn't realize, he was like, he's in my class. What do you do? Like somebody you look up to is in your class.
Right.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
So, and the principal called me for a meeting. She said, no, he made sure he sits next to him and he makes sure he's cool with him and make sure he told me, Dad, I want to give him a hoodie and some t-shirt and give him some.
To this day.
And the kid wore it every day.
He-
One of the
he
videos you
still-
see, I pull up to him.
He still don't take it off to this day.
He still got the same. I gotta give him a new one.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta get him new one. You gotta get some new merch.
That's dope.
And
That's
so it's for you to see how much influence he already has. Like The school board is telling that they're like, yo,
Right, the superintendent.
That was,
so we could have,
right.
you know, and even the video that I saw, I was like, yo, that's got to be so inspirational for kids around you. It's like, yo, they have you. If they have the best to learn, you can't fail.
Yeah.
Right? Now, this might be a tricky question for you, Julio. Are you, was this what he's doing? Was that something you always wanted to do? Are you like leaving your dream through him?
I mean, I don't, it's not my, like, I didn't never, when you're a real rider, you don't dream about making money doing it. You just ride the ride.
For the love of it.
I always rode,
for the love
I've been to the Ride of the Century when I rode. I've been to all the Orlando Alliance rides. We used to go every year, me and my boys. I would drive 20 hours to go ride, bro. And it was like, you know, thank God my wife supported me because, shut your eye. You know, so it was like, I always rode, but we didn't really record like that. So it was like, being with him, you can say that I don't know who, you know, how many people ride in here, but to me, when I rode, it was that energy you get, that, oh, you know, I get that energy just riding next to him.
It's the rush.
I don't need to ride. I mean, like, I don't need to ride no more. I get that next to him. I'm riding with him like, yo, that was fucking crazy. Like, what the hell was that? I think one of the videos where he did some shit with his feet, I had to go back, you know what I'm talking about? When he jump up and he did some weird shit with his feet and he went back. I was like, what the hell was that? You can hear me say it. Like, I just be shocked, bro. And
now that has to be an amazing feeling though, riding with your son like that. That has to be dope.
So how was the kids like in school when y'all was getting ready for this whole event? Like,
oh, they was. Oh, I'm stuttering.
Push up a little bit like that. There you go.
They. Oh, I'm stuttering.
Bro, they was what?
Go ahead, take your time, no problem. They were excited. They was
excited. They keep wanting to like, yo, oh my god.
They keep wanting to be your friend, right?
Yeah, they want to be on video more.
Yeah, that's what it is. So
because they know that your
thing is that you notice though, at least. You know what I'm saying? You got the guidance from your dad too, so that's good. But
and that he's humble, bro. The biggest thing is he's not a cocky kid to where he's like, yeah, I got this. I'm an instant. No, it's his friends. They'd be like, yo, you know who this is? Trying to get free food, trying to get free shoes, trying to get. He's just like, bro, like, all right, Dad, I'm gonna go over here. He'll come home like, Dad, the guy in the mall, he wants me to do a video. He gonna give me free sneakers. I guess we gotta make a video. You know what I mean? Save you money because I'm not gonna buy you sneakers. You know what I mean? Like,
that's funny. Let me ask you, so like, are you known in school as Baby D-Block or? How they calling?
They call me Julio, but they know my Instagram.
So they use Baby D-Block to everybody.
Yeah, the teachers want to buy my hoodie now. And stuff.
A couple issues where I almost took him out of the school when I was about to homeschool him. Like it's to that point in the school he's in now, where I just don't. It's problematic, and it's not him. You know what I mean? He's a man's man. He's a boy. You know what I mean? When you a boy, we all boys in school. You do, but there's some stuff you don't say to a boy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And probably people think because they see the Instagram, they see how it is run, and it's run by you.
Yeah.
They probably think it's like, oh, you know, he's not a kid. Because if you look at the way everything is said, you don't think
a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah. He at the end of the day he's still a kid, so he's gonna act like a kid and all that stuff. So a lot of people are not ready for that. And to me, what bothers me the most, right? Because we had a conversation, whatever. And it's like when teachers are talking down to a kid, it's fucking ridiculous just because he's on a bike. So you rather him be in the streets doing something else
because it's something
and not
that they don't do.
Right. Just because they don't understand.
They don't understand it. Like to me, I had my best friends hustled all day. All day. When I tell you my friend Uncle Nick, that's my best growing up. That's all he did. 20, 30,000 a week. Well, I was on my pedal bike. I'd ride and hang out with him. He had a car, I'd be in his car, but I'd go back on my bike, on my pedal bike. Like one of my best friends growing up we was always on pedal bikes. That's what kept me out of trouble. So you can't tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I know them bikes. He could be doing bad, you know what I mean, bad stuff, but them bikes is keeping him out of the drugs. It's keeping him out of the streets. It's keeping him. You know what I'm saying? It's
showing him a lot. It shows him responsibility.
And at the end of the day, this bike's got him a business.
It's a business. Continuous. It's checks every month, bro. At 12 years old, this kid makes more than his teachers.
Yeah. So to me,
the only time I break it down and show somebody on Instagram, look how much he made this month. And the kids be like, and I said, I'm telling you, I'm not showing you that for you to be like, wow. I'm showing you that to motivate you.
Motivation.
Because the same thing you're doing every day, posting these dumbass videos, making people laugh, you could be getting paid doing that shit.
Right.
But it didn't take 1 year. I've been doing this shit 9 years.
So we go back to that,
yeah.
So when did it start? Like, when did you like, yo, I think he's big enough. Let's put him on a bike. Cause I'm sure.
I got a picture of him 11 months old in a diaper. I'm not even joking. On one of them plastic bikes, and he's standing up with one leg.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I noticed that he's in the cars. I had an old Cutlass with hydraulics. He loved the car. He liked being in it and all that shit. He liked the cars. He liked the bikes. Like, he was just start a motorcycle. He'd sit on my bike and rev it. I just knew, and then watching him ride. And then I bought him a Huffy, a 12-inch Huffy from Walmart. And I had the training wheels. He was like 2 years old?
3, I think.
He was like 2, about to be 3 years old. He's like, bro, the training wheels didn't even last. I told my mom. My mom was like, he's gonna take them off in a week. And I'm like, yeah, probably. Bro, the next day, he's like, Dad, take them off. I'm like, nah. And he rode the bike like that. And I was just, started noticing he's different, bro. He's different. And I could watch him. And I would show him something, and he would work on that thing by himself, and people don't see that. Like, you can't teach that. You can't. Right. He want to learn something, he gonna do it until he perfect it. He still does this shit. Now he play basketball.
Yeah, he do
the same shit. I hear it. He don't know I know. I hear it in his room. He's watching YouTube, and he's watching basketball games. Mm-hmm. He's learning moves, and then I watch him play, and I'm like, learn that shit from
doing the same thing.
Yeah. Crazy.
So how you got a question? Go ahead.
I always got a question.
Go ahead. That's what you're there for.
I don't know if it has happened yet, but have you been on the music video? Like, let's say your favorite rapper hit you up, like, yo, pull up with the bike. I need you to do your stuff while I drop my verse. Who would that be?
Where'd you go? Knuckles, right?
Yeah, Knuckles.
Knuckles. There's a kid, Knuckles Brim, in my city. He's known. I mean, he's cool. He did a video shoot with him. Was it
him and what's the other guy's name? I forgot his name.
Yeah. Joy. What's his name? That's my boy too. US Bay.
Oh, okay.
He's in my city too. So he did a music video for him. But it's like I haven't had no big one. Like, where we at? We I don't.
You don't need them no more.
I don't say to sound cocky, but like, where we at? We're like, there's nothing big.
Right. You
know what I mean? Like, we gotta go. Alex be like, yo, move to Philly, dog. There are always so many opportunities in the cities, and that's why I get mad. I be like, damn, I be wanting to move to New York. I be wanting to move to Philly, but I own a body shop, like, and I'm well known. I've been painting cars since I was 17, 18, so it's like I can't just get up and leave that shit. It's like throwing money away. So, the music video thing.
You're not worried about that.
He did 2 music videos, right?
He does events. He does 2 music videos, but he does a lot of events.
Yeah, he does a lot of events. I seen.
As a matter of you did Nitro Circus or something like. How was that?
That was fun.
You had a lot of fun there.
Nitro Circus.
That's big. Yeah. So how was that? Tell us a little bit about that.
I was nervous, but like after I got on my bike, I got into it. Yeah. The
bike calmed you down. That's it.
It finds its pieces. It's like when you guys ride. When you ride.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the same time, you gotta remember, you riding with like in an arena. You got a lot of people watching you. It was your first time.
The arena in Milwaukee. That was 10,000 people. To wheelie a Harley, and a floor that was smooth was a challenge. And I was so hyped. So when he did that shit in front, I was like, yeah, they would have seen my face, bro. And my boy in one of the videos, my boy was with me that he trains him too, Harley, Uncle Shane, and he was screaming, like he was like, yo, I almost started crying. He was like, I can't believe you got it, like, because you got to heat that tire up, and he only has a couple feet to take off, and if you don't lift that, and once you get it up, you almost got to put it back down. There's no room. There's no room. It was just to get it up was crazy.
Yeah, because it wasn't a big spot.
No.
So
it wasn't.
But
he was
11, 10 years old.
I think 11.
11 years old, Willie in a Harley.
He was 9.
I started at 9.
At 9.
Yeah, 9.
We think I don't know. There might be somebody else, but I always say, because that's my son. But I'd be like the first 9-year-old in the world, because I ain't seen no other 9-year-old Willie or Harley.
No, I never.
After I seen him Willie my boys, I bought him too.
Funny thing is, that's how I found out about like Baby DBlocks. It was just I seen a video of him Willie in a Harley. I'm like, what the freak is this? Like a kid that barely touches the floor, my boy.
And this shit, I get a lot of, you get, a lot of conflict, and we talk about that.
Right.
On Facebook. But I'm like, I'm not that dad, bro. I'm not gonna say, yo, get on that bike. You're gonna ride it. You're gonna do that. You gotta. Nah, I know he's ready when he's ready. You feel me? So he excels because I don't push him. He pushes himself. So a lot of kids that they don't have that motivation from their parent or their friends to push themselves.
Right.
But that's where he separates from any average 12-year-old because he pushes himself.
Yep.
He's gonna be that kid that stands out no matter what he's doing. I don't care if he's playing soccer.
Yeah.
When he was 6 playing soccer, he stood out. Because he ran faster than all them kids. And I got videos, he would run to the opposite team's goal. He would kick the ball to the opposite team's goal and wait till both teams is over there and then kick the shit back. And he was the fastest runner and he scored a goal. They got so mad they made the goal smaller. And so he couldn't do that as much. He just, no matter what he did, he stood out.
No, he does, like, even in the basketball videos, he's nasty.
That shit came out of nowhere, bro.
Yo, so having like so much on social media, I'm sure you like on different platforms, Instagram, Facebook. Like, how is it dealing with like all the? I'm sure you get a lot of negative comments and like, how do you deal with that?
Instagram isn't as bad, bro. Instagram, and I'm humble, so I try to look at stuff. There's reasons. There's either because you were raised fucked up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you just don't know about this life. So if somebody hits me up like, yo, or they say something rude, get on it, get in the dirt, it's what it's made for. Or there's a lot of MX hate. Yeah. But Facebook is a lot of adults. Facebook is horrible, bro. It's horrible. I don't even let him log into his Facebook, bro. He's on his Instagram. I don't let him log into his Facebook because some of that stuff on there, I'd be ready to just snap. And it became where I gotta respond to him, but I try to keep it funny. You know what I mean? I keep it funny.
At the same time,
I go through their page, bro. I screenshot their shit. There's always some old, ugly-looking motherfucker on there. I screenshot them and then I put it under my comment. Shit. Like, you looking at my page like this? Like
that shit's funny, bro. The pictures you be putting up and shit, that shit's
hilarious.
About
story,
the people, the story.
They be laughing.
But don't let him go on. Facebook is crazy. Facebook is
I sent you some this morning, right?
Yeah.
Was it 6:30?
It was like 6.
Talking about.
It was like 6 in the morning.
How are you like
crazy.
60 years old waking up?
Commenting like
talking about he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd be like, why? Like is that? And it was the one dude recently was like, I was waiting for him to fall. Oh, stupid video. He didn't even fall. I'm like, yo, bro, you're a Marine. You fought for this country for me to live for free, and you're talking like that?
Right.
They don't have no reply when you hit them with that shit. Yeah. And then I get some that's super, super disrespectful. And I got my boy, shout out to Winners Club. My boy, find your IP address. Your shit better be private, because I screenshot it and I sent a picture of your house to you. And then, I don't threaten them. I'm like, I don't care. You know what I mean? It comes with it. You know what I mean? It comes with it.
Is you in this house?
And it be kids, sometimes kids that get disrespectful like that. And you look on their IP address and that shows you your house.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary. Somebody that you don't know and you think you far from them and they show you a picture of your front door.
Yeah, you don't know.
That shit gotta be scary.
You got that shit. You just silly talking shit. Nigga, I know where you live at. Like, hey, yo, hold up. I was just kidding.
Private delete. They change their whole shit, block me off. But he don't have to deal with that.
Right. Which I think he shouldn't, though.
Scary stuff. What's the scariest trick you've done that you was like, ooh? Has there been one where you're like, you know what? This is too scary for me. I'll come back to it later. Or just like, you know what? Let's get it.
It was La Plaga. It's like when you jump to your pegs, but like your legs is like this, but you go back. Like you gotta twist your whole body.
When you jump up, you gotta twist your legs, and they gotta land on opposite sides.
Oh, that's that. What's that? The plaga is called. What is it called?
You jump from your pegs.
The plaga.
La Plaga. He's a pedal bike rider from. Well, he started riding dirt bikes though. He's from Colombia.
Okay.
He's nice.
That shit sounds like I don't want to do it.
If you don't land right on your pegs, your leg is done.
Yeah, no, I'm done. I'm good on that.
And that's your scariest trick so far?
On a pedal bike, yeah.
On a pedal bike? How about like on a dirt bike?
Or on the Harley or whatever?
Probably put my foot over the bar.
Foot over the bar?
Yeah, because you nowhere near the brake. If you're in your
you
seat.
put your foot over the handlebars to touch the front wheel.
Yeah.
He did it one day. He was like, look, the Papi Chulo 19. You heard the video? The Papi Chulo 19? That's
so how do you like, as a father, I know you love doing this, but you don't have that worry?
Bro, I just said this shit the other day to my wife. I said, I never been afraid to watch them. Because, bro, I was that kid. Every summer, my aunt was the only one out of my family that had a car. That was my personal ambulance. I knocked myself out on my pedal bike. I went to go jump over this thing that I jump over all the time, and my front wheel hit. Instead of jumping over it, my front wheel hit, and it slammed my face on the ground. Ooh. I was like 15. I had the gold teeth, you know, the bridge.
Yeah.
Thank God, because all my teeth would have been gone. Them shits fell out and went through my lip. I had to have plastic surgery. My lip's still numb to this day. My face was road rash. I had my swollen lips. I had to eat, drink, and shirt for 3 days.
And that happened on a pedal bike.
Me. Yeah, it was on a pedal bike. But I always broke my arm, got stitches, staples, you know what I mean? Like, I was always so, like, I tell my wife hated watching them. So I'm like, I'm used to it. But now I'm a little older, and I'm not, and like, now he's doing like crazy.
And you know, do you think like all the things you went through and like the experience you went through, and you knowing that, and then feeding it into him made him or helped him be what he is today?
I think teaching him.
Because some kids don't got guidance, so they just get on a bike and do stuff. You know what I'm saying? He always had, for instance, you know, that guidance. Like, okay, if I lift my wheel, I know I got to use my brake. Your dad would tell you, right? You use your brake. So that's like always like a plus, you know what I mean? Where a lot of kids don't got that, but I think that's.
Yeah, I think because he was able to have my support, you know what I mean? Right. To start him younger and to be able to tell him no, you know what I mean? You can't. Some kids don't have that, you know what I mean? A lot of kids don't have that.
And they come out and learn on their own.
And they got a lot. How many kids' parents do that? You know what I'm saying? If you see a lot, I love Lowlife. I call it, the dude's name is Lowlife and Savage in Florida. They got their young son Ryder. That kid's gonna be a savage, bro. He's like 5 now, I think 5 or 6, but he's starting to wheelie stuff. But he rides, he falls, he gets back up, tough. He does events with him.
How was it when you was like learning and your dad would tell you stuff? Was there times like you got mad at him sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You used to get mad at me?
Yeah.
He used to get you a little upset.
Sometimes.
How was that?
Cause like he told me to put my foot on the brake. And I never do it. And he keep telling me, you know, like when you put your foot on the brake and it's not on there, you don't know though. So, like that.
So
you never seen that video where I was teaching him? I was riding one bike and he was on the 50. And I'm teaching him and then he fell. He dropped the bike. I go to help him up and he starts laughing. He's laying there. I thought he was hurt. So I get up, like, you good? He's like, he gets up and takes my bike that I was riding and makes me pick up his bike. But, you know, he would get, I didn't know he'd get mad at me. Like, I'm telling him, like, yo, this is what
there's going to be a long conversation back home now.
Yeah, like, yo, bro, nah, like, you don't put your foot on the brake, the bike's going to fall back on you. Like, I don't want that shit to happen. Like, you're going to learn by getting hurt.
Right.
But, yo, he's only been hurt a couple times, bro.
Thank God.
And I don't post that shit.
No.
I got pictures. His face like this, bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From an e-bike. But it was his
So
friend.
how is it now going from like the dirt bikes? You went from pedal bikes, you went to dirt bikes. Now you on the e-bikes. What you like more?
I like the e-bikes a little more because you can ride in the street. The cops won't mess with you.
Right.
Okay.
So
they don't.
They don't.
Your dirt bike, you don't get to ride your dirt bike that much, right?
I don't let him ride.
Right?
We used to hit this. We used to go to the city all the time.
Right.
Gingy, I used to go with Gingy, with E-Money. Like, I would ride, would take him, like, Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood let him.
When you took him to the stunt
for
ride,
the
right?
cancer ride, he let him lead the pack from, what was it, Brooklyn to Queens to where's the Manhattan? Where's the cancer center?
I'm not from there, but
he led that whole ride.
Hey, you from here? You don't know?
Nah.
He let my son, was like 8.
Yeah, he was small at the time.
110, bro, riding the street from borough to borough, you know what I mean? Leading the pack of like 1,500 bikes, going across the bridge and all that shit.
That's fire. That's fire, because dudes don't even do that for their boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
they want that limelight, but, you know, real riders be like, yo, you know, go ahead, it's their turn. You know what I mean? It's their turn. That's why I say I'm content sitting there watching him, because it's his turn. Like, I'll be nervous. I was telling him, I'm like, you ain't trying? No, I ain't trying nothing.
Yeah,
I'm 45. I get hurt. That shit does not heal.
Yo, I be saying that shit. Yo, ya estos huesos no son lo mismo.
Bro, it don't.
We hit that floor.
I'm like,
yeah. I hit that floor. My bone takes a little longer now.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm the one that I provide for my family. I get hurt, it's over.
Right.
Yeah. So let me ask you, where did the idea, right? Because you got the coolest shit ever. How does it feel to have a school bus? Like, that's freaking amazing. That's dope as hell. That could, like, I'm a grown man. I want a school bus. Like,
Did you know about the idea when your father was thinking about
No.
that? You didn't even know about it, right?
I just showed up to the shop and I seen the bus and I asked him what was it for, and he just told me what it was for. And I had all my friends come check it out.
Yeah.
I painted
That's
it. I
fine.
painted it black.
Yeah,
I
that-
painted
that-
it
So
black.
how did that come? How did like
So
what made you think that?
what happened was every year with DBlocks, my son wasn't sponsored by SE then, but I was so cool with DBlocks. We used to do giveaways every Christmas. So every Christmas I would rent a Sprinter van, and we go to like Connecticut, we go to Boston, we
Yeah.
give away like 10 bikes. But I'm always renting the van for the weekend, and that shit, you know, it costed a lot.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
But
right.
I didn't care because, you know, I was just always that person that I just wanted my son to have that experience of giving, because that's priceless to me. You
Right,
can't,
right,
that shit
right.
money can't buy. So, you know, I got tired. I'm like, damn. I'm like, I was saving money to buy a Sprinter van. I was just gonna go cash out on a Sprinter van, a big one. And my boy was like, bro, I buy these school buses all the time. I'm like, a fucking school bus? Buying a school bus? He was like, come check one out. I'm like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I can see it working. You know what I mean? It's like whatever. Then when I bought it, I'm like, painted it, I gutted it. My boy, Capital Customs, gutted it. He put seats with Uncle Mark, so it fits 7. He's got a PlayStation in there, a TV.
Yeah.
Bro, and I'm like, yo, I'm excited. I got a fucking school bus. Like, I was always the dude that
that's
had
fire,
custom
bro.
cars, but the school bus was the best 3500. I said it to him earlier. I'm like, yo,
nice.
3,500.
3,500.
Yo, nah, it's funny because
Bro,
you saying
and it's
that.
from a school with all the records.
We've been looking. Me and
Gotta
Ivan.
get a diesel. It's a turbo
Yeah.
diesel. I
Me
be
and
blowing
Ivan,
it
yo.
on the highway, bro. 105
Yeah, we was
miles
in
an
there
hour
today, we
with the
was
way
blowing.
zap on. We out. And he's
The
knocked
bull
out.
horn, got
The
the bull
train horn.
It's funny because me and Ivan, we always had this conversation because you know how he does
Bro.
comedy. So I was like, yo, let's get a school bus. Let's do a comedy bus. We just go everywhere
Do
to go do
You
shows.
see, they have them. They have them like for barbershops. They have a
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
bro,
yeah, yeah.
And people are converted. You see some of these school buses. You look
A
up
house.
this dude, Lowlife and his wife bought a school bus, bro. It's got a shower. It's got a
Yeah.
bedroom. It's got AC.
They
It's
make
got
it like an
cabinets.
RV type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like a mini RV, and it looks dope.
Yep.
You know, I wasn't trying to do all that. I was just trying
Nah,
to
but
get,
yeah, that
but
bus-
it came from, you know, the kids. And then I said, you know, if I get a bus, we had a bunch of kids at the time. There was like 6 or 7 of them that I always took with me on pedal bike rides because they were the most responsible in my city. So I'm like, yo, when you're a kid in the city, you ain't going to be able to get taken out of the city. I'm
Right.
taking these kids to Philly, and I'm raising money for them to get in the hotel so they can have a hotel room. And I get a hotel with a pool. And then I would I would take them with me. They go on the ride, but it was more the responsible ones. I would make sure all our phones are so I can track them.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? There's been instances where they call it a flat or something, but I'm dealing with little older kids, not no 9, 10-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're
yeah, yeah.
16 to 18, 19 years old that would never have that opportunity. You know what I mean? So I always took them, and the bus was like the dopest shit because I'm like, you could fit comfortable.
Yeah.
It was like always a party in the beginning. We used to go always a mad loud, in the back, doing crazy shit, playing games, talking shit to each other. Whoever fell asleep got it.
Yeah.
Mom always got it, right?
Mom.
Mom always got it.
So who loses? Mom always loses?
No, Ma,
Ma.
the kid
Oh.
Tyrone, Ma, they call him Ma. He always falls asleep.
That would be me, bro. I can't ride.
But
Like,
I
if
would
I'm
pick
not
'em
driving,
up.
I'm falling
Nah, I
asleep.
would pick 'em
No,
up
but
like
the bus was
4:30 in the
big,
morning.
man. The first time I seen the bus, I was at the safety track, and we was parked up, and I heard the horn. I'm like, man, what the hell is that? Then I seen it come through. I said, yo, this is
With the
like
trailer, I
different.
had the
This is a
trailer
whole
in it.
different thing. And the door was open. He was
Yeah.
at the door,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yo, that's like those are memories. Like you said, money can't buy, bro.
Who was it? Rock Banshee. You know Rock Banshee?
Right.
Rock Banshee. When I was first one of the safety tracks when I pulled in and Rock Banshee was pointing at it. Then he showed me the video. He was like, "Look, my son was so hyped."
Yeah.
He was like, "Who's that?" He was, "That Baby DBlocks. I'm going to see Baby DBlocks." That shit, you know what I mean? He knows, but that shit touches me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he realized. Maybe when he get older he'll realize, but I know he sees it sometimes now. You know what I mean? Because he's got a big heart, so I see.
So
it.
man, do you feel like you realize and you see, or you
Sometimes.
see, right? You see the difference. I mean, a lot of kids, I'm sure, probably want to be your friend. So how is it like when you like hanging out with your friends? You go to the mall, or you just hanging out? Like a lot of kids come up to you, or
Some kids be shy to come up to me, and they be staring at me, and I be asking them, do they know me? And they say yes. I be like, you want a picture? I say yeah. I went to the mall the other day with my cousin, and like 2 kids came up to me. They were shy, and I was like, don't be shy. You just come take a picture. and they took a picture, and I
That's
posted.
big. That's big. You don't even know how big it is because you just made that kid's day.
And
that kid
town,
in
man.
5,
Look at
10
all them
years,
kids
that
today.
kid is gonna always remember
You
that.
see all them kids today, how that it just
Right.
and it's like 8 kids just pop up. You know what I mean? And it's like, can you take a picture of me? Take a picture. Grab their phone. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you, this is for you, cause like you don't like about helmet. I have just 2 people, right?
Mhm.
And I'm real big on safety. Like I'm about helmets and all that stuff. I see you wear your helmet, right? You on top of him with the helmet.
Yeah, he wears
Yeah,
a half
yeah.
shell. I don't.
Yeah. I'd rather wear something
When
than
he's on
nothing.
his Harleys or his dirt bike, full face. Like
Yeah, I
unless
seen
you're
the
somewhere,
video,
he uses
so-
half shell.
That's to me is like you gotta keep that going because I feel like a lot of these kids that are going on bikes are going crazy on bikes and they don't have no safety.
They don't have
no helmets.
It's not they don't have no safety. They don't have no guidance.
I think that's the
So
biggest
that's the
thing.
biggest
So my
That's the
thing,
biggest thing.
that's where I was going with this. You have kids look up to you. You have kids. You have your friend that was looking up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you have all these kids like, oh, I want to be just like him. You know what I'm saying? So to me, is I always bring that up. I know that a lot of the older heads is like, I don't wear a helmet. I'm too good. Blah blah blah. But they're already past their prime. You're on your prime, and you got a long time to go with your prime. So to me, it's like I love the fact that you wear the full face when you're on the Harley. The half shell, it still protects something. So to me, it's like keep that up, because like I said, you have younger kids looking up to you.
And that,
So I want everybody to get to be that older person, to keep going on the bike life. So
and that was-
to me, that's
that
really
was
important.
A lot for me where I changed his content. I changed his, you could say his content, but his life. You know what I mean? Because I used to take him to ride the streets. I used to take him to another city. We used to have a strip and ride in the middle of the city, and then potential get chased by cops. Like I would take him to all that shit, but I knew it has to come a time where I have to ease back on it because now he's got sponsors. Now he's got people looking up to him. Now he's got, problematic people that can just cause issues with me. You know what I mean? But
So it's more than just riding, and you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of dudes just come out and just ride, but you guys made it a business. You guys got a lot of things going on. A lot of people that support you.
you got to lead by example is my biggest
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Like if especially you're posting. I mean, not saying that he don't. I mean, I had a cop on a Surron day. Like, hey man, like, he was doing 37 miles an hour on one wheel. You know what I mean? On a Surron. Like, just tell him to mellow out. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, I respect it, but I'm respected in my city because I know the mayor. I know, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I know a couple of the cops. Like, they don't mess with me because they know who he is.
Yeah.
But they know I'm not problematic. You know what I mean? I ain't never been locked up. I'm not in the street doing crazy shit. And, I do a lot of shit with the kids in the city.
Going 30 something man on
37
one
miles
wheel.
an hour.
Yeah.
But he was accurate, or
Definitely.
As soon as I say my butt, I put my wheel down. I was going like 20.
It was
really.
too late. You
No,
tell me
but I was
30,
going- I was going
37
20.
miles an hour. He seen you.
I was
37
going-
miles
I
an
was
hour.
going 20. I dropped the wheel and I was going a little
You
faster.
go 37, bye-bye.
37.
I don't know.
But you know what? That's dope though, because they got respect, like you said, for you
Yeah,
guys.
because
So
they
it's
know
like,
they're not going to get no problems with me. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be problematic with me. I'm not going to be, I'm understanding. You know what I mean? I call them right
they got to
after.
do their job. Man.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fact. Exactly. But there's some that.
That. Yeah, I know.
So talk to a little bit about like sponsors and a lot of people that you done worked with in the time coming up, from pedal bikes, dirt bikes, and
I mean, he's got right now, I think he's got more. He's got a couple electric bike sponsors. He's got SE Bike, a pedal bike sponsor, which to me is like an important one for me,
Right,
for my
that's
city.
big.
It's
That's
big
big.
for me because, a lot of the kids in my city, I explained it to Todd. I said, listen, I really want him sponsored by you because a lot of the kids, it gives them motivation. If he can do it,
why can't they?
and
Right,
it'll
right.
turn them up a lot more. Like, oh man, there's somebody in our city. You know what I mean? So, like a lot of the Surron or the electric bike companies, like some of them are you gotta knock on their door when they're up and coming, when
Right,
they're
right.
new. Some of them they just want to send you a bike. Some of them will pay you. I got a little, of both. You know what I'm saying, for him, but I don't touch none of his money. You know what I mean, I leave that shit in the bank for him.
Y'all heard his garage is full of his bikes, man.
And I had to sell a few of them. He's getting more. He gets more. I got one bike in there. There's got to be like 30-something bikes total between pedal bikes and.
Yeah.
How do you guys manage making content? Because I know, like for you guys, when you ride, it's just you ride based on the feeling.
Right.
But now you have a following, you have people that are watching you. So do you guys take like a day where it's like, you know what? Friday is content day. This is what we shooting. this is the list of tricks you gotta pull, this is what goes up on the gram? Or is it more like, you know what, we're riding, this is what came out, this is what's going up?
I mean, you don't do really like. Sometimes he'll be like, "Yo, I got a bike. They sent us a bike. You gotta do videos sometime this week." My biggest thing with him is like, "Yo, what do I tell you? Yo, we gotta make videos tomorrow. All right." And then tomorrow comes, he's like, "Can we do it tomorrow?" And I'm like, I tell him, "What do I tell you? This is how you get your money." You know what I'm saying? Like, don't call me. Don't say that Wednesday and then Friday talking about, "Dad, can I go buy?" Like, no. You know what I mean? You had work to do. I've been working since I was 15. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you got work to do. But there's times where he'd be like, "Dad, I'm going out with Nene." Like, he'll catch clips for me. Because there's like one guy that I got to post once or twice a week on his Suron, the one he was riding today. Yeah. Which, you know, he sponsors him for, you know, we've been dealing with him for a couple years. You know what I mean? So, like, he's got obligations. You got with
he got a
bikes.
Job.
He's got a job.
He's
and
not
it's like,
just. He's not.
This ain't my money, bro. This is him. This is him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not into none of that. You know what I mean? I'm not into none of that. Like, I think $250 or whatever for a hoodie is just stupidity. But that's what he want to do. You know, he's got one where a lot of his stuff, but he's got one affiliate program that is connected to his phone. He's got his own PayPal. He's got a credit card. Last week, I was like, and we had just had this conversation the week before. Like, bro, stop buying these hoodies. It's like, you got 2 hoodies, bro, and that's like what somebody makes in a week. And I'm gonna keep telling them. I'm not gonna force them. I'm not that dad. You know what I mean? You're gonna learn just like I learned from my dad. You're gonna learn by experience. When you broke, what you got in your pocket, because I'm never gonna let him be broke. I'm not gonna let him do that. You know what I mean? But he just had that conversation, and then 15 days come. Now he got
so how is it?
He got a couple thousand and he got a couple thousand in freaking PayPal, and he's like, "I'm going to the mall," and I'm like, "I already know what's coming," but I didn't even check because I could check. I'm logged into it too. I see a damn picture. Because I control his Instagram, trying to share the post. "Baby DBlocks came in here and spent the bag. 7 bags full of shit." But I can say he came home with a pair of sneakers for me and for my wife. You know what I mean? So it was like, to think about me and think about my wife, you know, you're doing something right. Even though I don't want him to do that shit.
Yeah. Let's talk about your wife, because...
it's dope because it teaches responsibility.
At an early
age.
Listen, you got... hey.
But at 12, bro, I remember, I swear to God, I tell you the story what my dad used to say. What I used to ask my dad for, I'm like, "Dad, I asked my dad for a quarter, bro, to go to the store because my friends had dollars. I just wanted to buy my own self something." What you want it for? What the hell am I gonna buy with a quarter? I said, "Never mind. I'm gonna go steal the shit." At the end of the day, like I said, I was like, "What am I gonna buy with a quarter?" So now it's like, I don't, you know, I'm at the verge where I don't know if he knows the value of money. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
yeah. You know, I'm gonna tell you something though. Right? You spend $200, $300 on a hoodie, right? You should be wearing your stuff and putting your brand out there more, so you can make money out of your hoodies and start charging that kind of money to people. You know, if it ever gets to there. So think about that, bro. You have a brand already. Yeah. So you wearing other people's brand, paying them that kind of money when you could be wearing your own stuff.
And they'll support you, bro.
And then, you know, you getting that brand out there. Because there's going to be kids. I want shirts. Now, all the time. Yeah, so it's like, you know what I'm saying?
That I did. I made hoodies, T-shirts,
That's
slides,
my daughter
gloves.
got her first shirt first time we met at the track day. That was like 5-6 years ago. I told her yesterday, I said, "Yeah, I'm going, I got Baby DBlocks, we on the podcast and shit." I said, "I don't know where I put my shirt." She said, "Dad, you know what? I got mine."
For real? That's funny. And I put them on the website, right? They were on the website.
Yep, and that's how we met and through all that. And that was pretty dope because a lot of people don't even know how I met you. You know what I'm saying? It was just basic, genuine love. You know what I'm saying? I was on the website. Like I told you, my kids was riding. They're a little bigger now. They still ride, but they wasn't riding. You know what I'm saying? Back then they was riding, and I bought them the shirts. And then they loved them shirts. Then we went to the track day, and you gave them a whole bunch of stuff. I swear they got the backpacks.
That was it. And my wife hated that, bro.
Yeah, posters.
How you supposed to make money? You giving everything away. I'm like, I don't know. I was just taught to give.
Like, she loves that shirt, man. 5 years later, she still loves that shirt.
So we back to the wife. I need to hear the story, bro. That video is I didn't even like it went so viral. Your mother doing the donuts in the snow that I didn't see it in your page. I didn't see it in the page. I seen it on Facebook, bro, by somebody else, and I'm like, wait, hold up. I I know who that is. And I went on his page and he had it.
That shit is mad funny.
Bro, how did that happen? Like, was it planned? Was it just?
Well, we
We
went down
to
the
go
pedal
make
bike.
a pedal bike video in the snow. We came back, we see mad donuts like stuff in the lot. She's laughing, saying, "Check the camera." So we checked the cameras. My friend's not stopping her. He's not saying nothing to her. We checked the
Oh, so
cameras.
your friend was there.
Listen, he was under the porch.
Laughing.
You can't see him in the video. He was just laughing. But you can't see him in the video. So it's like, she's like, check the camera. I check the camera. I'm like, I'm posting this shit. This shit funny as hell. And she's in her own because he just taught her how to do donuts.
Yeah.
But I'm in a couple of the videos that I took of her, you can hear me screaming, "Yo, you're gonna blow the shit out of your ring." I'm like, "Yo, you just ease, like chill, nigga, chill."
Yeah.
She was so hyped. So when we left, she, automatic. She ain't got to kick it. It's a 450. You know what I mean? Bro, I seen that video. That shit did million views like overnight, and it just took off. I think that one video in 1 month made $900. I think he gave her a few $100s.
You gotta break bread.
bread.
You gotta break bread with
He
mom.
always take
Better
he
break
always
bread
take
with
care
mom.
of it. Always
Make
take
sure you
care.
take care of mom.
That's the first time I ever.
That's what's up. But yeah, that video was hilarious,
That's
bro. Like, that's
funny.
just
They be
funny.
like the cat. That's the first time I ever. I didn't know what the hell cackle was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see all the people in there like, it's the cackle for me. I'm like, the fuck is that cat? Where she goes, "Wah!" She sounds like a witch.
Yeah.
But the ring camera made it sound so much crazier, bro, because the ring camera's right there. It's right on the garage, like right above the garage. So, yeah, that video went crazy.
That
bro.
video's
I think
dope.
It's like
So how is
16.
she like now that he's a little bit bigger with the riding and stuff? She's more
She's still the same.
still the same.
It's a mother,
That's
bro.
Mom Dukes,
Like,
right?
I'm
No,
30.
he need to stop.
Yeah.
You need to call him right now. I'm like, yo,
That's
chill.
why we don't really do stuff around her. Cause,
Yeah.
You know, mom will watch this, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm 31 years old. My mom still gets mad at me when I get on that quad. She still gets on my shit like, yo, you got. And now it's like, you got kids to take care of. What are you doing? I'm like, this is what I love to do.
45, and I post something like one of them people. And my mom will call me, take that down. All right, that's mom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how are how your sisters with you riding and
Jazzy is my sister.
The youngest one.
I go ride, she be like, "Oh, let me come with you."
so she's a rider
She
too.
gets to ride the Surons. You know what I mean?
Right.
We don't let I don't like her going in the street like riding all by herself with her friends. So
Yeah.
but when he's like, "Dad, I want to take her out and let her go," because I know
And how old is
I
she?
track him. She's 14,
Okay.
15.
All right. Also,
15, yeah. She's
she's
about to turn
older.
16.
She's about to be 16.
okay. So that's what's up. Your sisters ride with you and stuff like that. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's dope as hell. Let me ask you. Let me see. The tricks, right? Are they almost the same? Like when you do the wild tricks on the Harley too, right? Or you just
I just do
you
regular.
just stand
Yeah,
up
he's
on your
just-
knee, right?
Nah, he
that's
just
a-
got
I
it.
gotta get a little taller.
Okay.
You gotta get a little taller.
He
You
already
start
think-
doing
what's the
donuts
thing
though, bro.
that
That
knows
shocks me.
you know your limit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Some people don't.
We were at that Jersey event. Was the first time I seen him do rolling burnouts all day because you don't weigh nothing. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
even leans
yeah,
up.
yeah.
He ain't
Just
gotta
a little
lean
bit
up,
up.
bro. He ain't gotta lean up. You 80
Yeah.
pounds, bro. So but I was like, when we were at the New Jersey track event, he was like, "Dad, I could do donuts." I'm like, "No, you can't." "Dad, I could do donuts." I'm like, "No, you can't. I watched the videos and I just gotta go and drag my foot." I said, "Your foot don't even reach." And he was doing it. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
So when you did that, have you done it before, or you just that was
Nah,
your
I
first
just-
time
I
trying
just
it?
tried
Full
it.
send that shit. He
That-
ready to fall, bro. That's how it is.
Yo,
Like,
that's
and
I
that's
think that's-
why you
yo,
excel. Because I'm
exactly.
telling you, I'm scared. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I don't
Exactly.
even do that on a Harley. I'm not trying. I'll wheelie, and when I wheelie, I'm smooth on the Harley.
Yeah.
I'm not jumping around that shit. I'm 45. I ain't jumping in. Oops, no, nigga.
No.
Not me. Not me.
We can't have
I'm not
oops
doing
no
it.
more,
Ain't
bro.
no oops at 45, bro. It's not happening.
So, I had seen the whole Guinness World Record, right?
Yeah,
That was where was
dope.
that at? I need to hear that story.
So this and I'm gonna start the story off because I tell you I pay homage
Yep.
to my boy. So
Always.
my boy told me, DBlocks told me, get your passport for years, bro. And I said, finally, I was like, you know what? He said, get your passport. The first trip, we're gonna go to Jamaica. The week you get your passport, my trip to Jamaica. I was like, all right. Got my passport, booked my trip to Jamaica. Then this company from Italy, Guinness, the Shoulder Records or something. It's the Guinness World Record show in Milan. Hit me up. I thought it was a scam. Going back and forth with these people. Bro, they had me doing weirdest shit. At first, it was like started wheeling. They wanted him to do wheelie and pop balloons. So I'm like, thumbtack on a sneaker, right? We tried that outside, windy. They want me to send them a video so they can see how it works before they do, you know.
Produce.
Hear it out,
Whatever.
yeah.
So I'm like, bro, I'm trying with the balloons. Them shits is flying all over. They not sticking to the ground. I'm like, this is not. I'm like, lady, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I'm like, well, what about him? Well, we went to my boy's gym. He owns a gym. We tried it in the gym. It just wasn't gonna work. So I'm like, we gotta think of something else. So I built a metal rod that goes on his triple tree, and it hangs off his bike, and it was aimed down, and it was bent, and it was pointy, sharp shit. So when he's wheeling, I put the pole through the bus window, a PVC pipe, and I taped the balloon to it. And I tried, you know, I lift his bike up and measured how high it was. I can't remember, but I had to send them all the height specs of the height of where it was at, where the rod at 12 o'clock when he's wheeling, knee knocking, where that rod was. So when he's wheeling, he had to aim with his handlebars to pop the balloon.
That's crazy.
So I sent him that, and then it was like, it went from there. So now they're booking our flights and shit to go to Italy. I already booked my flights to Jamaica. Bro, I went
At the same time?
Did we go to Jamaica first?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, we went to, I think we went to Jamaica. We went to Jamaica first, and then came back on a Friday or on a Sunday, and then I went to Italy like on a Tuesday. And it was like, I just got my passport.
Yeah.
We just got our passports. We're out of the country 2 times in the same couple weeks. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy, but it was a dope feeling. But the Guinness World Records show, you know, we were there for 4 or 5 days. I met some viral people, like the Chinese guy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Wait, the one with the thing?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
He was there. Westby. I got a video. I never posted that shit because I know I'll get a big Ayo. He had a rope on the back of his Saron, and he took off, and it took the thing right off. I'll send it to you. I never posted that shit. That his manager, that guy's got mad managers. So his one manager hit me up, and she was like, "You gonna post a video?" I'm like,
no, think so.
That's gonna get some bad. He's like 10 years old. I'm like, but you know, we left there. So I told him what was the deal for the Guinness World Record.
If I pop all the balloons, I can get some Balenciagas.
I'm not a firm believer of spending $900 on some sneakers, bro. Yeah. We're in Milan. I'm not spending no money. You want to spend?
Right.
I said, you know what? You pop all 14 of them balloons. You can spend your money on them sneakers. You ain't spending my money on them sneakers.
Yeah.
Bet. Bro, when it came time to do the live show, my boy went pop, turn around and popped all them shit. And he was hyped. They thought he was hyped because he popped all the balloons. He's hyped because he about to get some Balenciagas. I took him to the store.
Yo.
He got his sneakers though. He still got them shit.
That's funny as hell. Like he was more hype about it. I didn't just get a Guinness World Record. I'm getting my sneakers. That's why I'm hyped.
And have that plaque in his room.
But
Like,
and the best thing about it is that you having fun. You know what I'm saying? You're having fun and you're doing something that you want to do and that
it's
you
memories,
enjoy
bro.
doing.
It's memories, bro. Like, come on,
Like,
bro.
People go a lifetime, generations, and don't go through experiences
I'm
like
45,
that.
bro. I didn't start traveling until he started being invited as a special guest places. And I'm like, damn, we're going to Cali. I think I paid for the first trip. It was 7.
It was
I
California.
paid California, like we went. And then after that, it was like people paid for him to show up.
Yeah.
You get people hitting you up like, yo, I pay. And I would just say, listen, pay for our hotel and pay for our flights. I just, just their experience. That's what for a couple of years that's what we were doing. So, but he's been some places.
That's pretty dope. And how you feel about that? And your dad is traveling now because of what you do and what you guys both love doing. How does that make you feel? Like
It feels great to watch other kids with a smile on their face getting new bikes.
that's dope.
And I seen you guys give a lot of bikes away.
Jamaica was
like I said,
fire,
that's crazy.
Bro. So Jamaica meant a lot to me because there's one kid, Chris, dirt bike Chris. Chris was like one of the ones in Jamaica that wheelie dirt bikes. He's in Kingston, nasty, bro. Yeah. When some of the SC riders, DBlocks and all them went out there, I wasn't there the first time they went, and it touched them so hard. Like they was crying. Like some of the kids there, they were like, bro, we gotta go back. Like, and you gotta go with me. You know what I mean? Like when they told me that story, that's what made me get my passport.
Yeah.
The story he told me, and I had sent Chris a poster of my son years ago, and Chris knew that Weecho and DBlocks were gonna be there, and he showed Weecho, look, I want him to come out here. I want him to come. I want Baby DBlocks. He's like, so he made a video for me. Baby DBlocks Come to Kingston, Jamaica. Ride with me in Kingston, Jamaica.
Yeah.
Bro, and it was like, yo, and I'm like, damn, we got to do that. But I stepped it up. I had my boy Tony gave me $2,000. I said, yo, I want to take money out there to buy kids shit. We left for nothing, right? We left all our clothes there, sneakers. We only left with what we could put on, and we left everything. You know what I mean? And I think we brought, with DBlocks, it was like maybe 10 bikes. But Chris, I made sure it was special. My boy Tony gave me $2,000, and we had spent some money on some of the kids, so I had like $1,500, and we took my friend Uncle Mark with me, and Kiefer, a kid named Kiefer Stunts, pulled up on a missile. A missile motorcycle was like a 150.
Yeah.
4-stroke. But that's what they ride out there.
Yep.
He pulled up scraping that shit. Brand new, the plastic on the seat. I'm like, yo, where'd you get that? You got stores out here? He took me over to the store. It was like $1,500 brand new, bro, for one of them bikes. So I brainstormed. I'm like, I'm buying a bike. He gonna have something to ride out here. He gonna learn how to wheelie that shit. Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, he can wheelie anything. That's when wheelie anything. For a while, we used to say, we got a bike in the mail. We'd be like, can he wheelie it? Wheelie. We're gonna see if it wheelies. That's what he's known for.
Yeah.
So I get the bike, and everybody out there is like, what's he gonna do with that bike? He can't take it back home. So, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
what's he gonna do with that bike? I can't. What's he gonna do with a brand new missile?
Yeah.
I gave it to Chris.
That's
Fire.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's
Chris was
fire.
like, what? Keys, title. And the guy knew I was gonna give it to him. He was like, yo, whatever you need paperwork wise, sign it all over to him. He still got the bike to this day.
That's fire,
That's
bro.
fire.
And he hits me up all the time, super respectful.
I think you guys are. I don't. It's so dope to see how you guys express yourselves. I don't think you guys see how big you guys are.
Right.
And that's so humbling about you guys. But like me hearing the story about the work in this record, the way that you guys carry yourself, I personally think that if you guys keep going the way you're going, you're gonna be the next person in Fortnite.
Hey,
Actually, you ever play that game, Mad Skills MX?
Nah, I haven't. Shooter.
The video game. Oh, he said shooter.
What happens is like you see a video game that Fortnite has the world by his hands, right?
Yeah.
So what they look is for certain talents outside of whatever it is.
Right.
So he's got it.
Yeah.
You know, that's something
Hey.
like I can't with it, but I can use him as a character. When I go, I'm lit.
Yeah.
So I
That's
see
fire.
that on him because it's like you have such a vast public, and not everyone could do what you do. So it's like, you know, you already got the Guinness World Record. You guys are traveling to Jamaica, you know, Italy. So all these places, you just making a stepping stone. So we're like, you know what? Who is he? I'm like, yo, he's known all over the world.
And it's all because
So-
of bikes. It's crazy the amount of places you can go with bikes.
And I
I
talk
met
about
Where can it take
Big
you? Right.
Biggs. You see the Jamaican guy Biggs, super humble. I was friends with Biggs for 3 years before I went to Jamaica. And I didn't realize he controlled a lot of the bike scene in Jamaica. That's Bob Marley's grandson. He took me in a museum, opened the museum, showed us everything. I met Marley. I met Kimani Marley, Bob's son. We was in there. Dad, I want to go get something to eat. I'm like, you know where you at?
Yeah,
Like, you know where you at? I'm hungry. I'm like, you know where you at? Like, I'm like, I don't, you know, I'm just like the Marley.
Yeah.
Like,
say, I'm hungry. I want to
crazy.
sandwich.
We're always hungry.
Crazy.
You were saying about BMX, the game?
That MX Skills, I think it's called. MX Mad Skills MX or something. It's a game on the phones that they play. They called me the other day. I was in. I mean, the guy's gonna try to do. He's got a jersey. They might try to do a jersey. So you basically, he's not a character, but his jersey with his name on it might be in the game.
Yeah, that's
So
a
he's
start, bro.
basically-
So
the
that's
bit of
dope.
character.
You know what I mean? Like
That's-
that guy that we deal with is the Mended company is Malcolm.
Right.
Malcolm got us a lot of connections. Like he got a
Nice.
lot. He's the one that, you know, back in the day, a lot of people don't know. Like Malcolm is the one that put Chino on with Monster Energy. Like if you go back into history, you can go to Malcolm's page and his video that's on there. Who's Malcolm? It tells you all about Malcolm, all the crazy. Yo, you see him with Hulk Hogan. You see him with all these famous people. Just talk every day. I connected with him through Little Man's dad. And then now we're in a group text and we just talk every day. We build. They got a new shirt coming out. It's actually at my house. It came when I left.
Okay.
That I'm gonna post. You're gonna see is dope. You know what I mean?
So
I think I showed you.
How did the relationship and everything come about, like with you and Little Man? I see you and Little Man, you guys always
And
together.
I listen.
the
He already
love,
knows, right? What he used to do back in the day. Little Man's page. What they used to try to do on Instagram.
Calls every
Bro, it
day.
was so. And again, I can say it because that's my boy now.
Right,
But
right.
Them motherfuckers was annoying. They was like trying to call you, and they'd just try to FaceTime you, yo, screaming like real Philly, just excitement. And I had to block him. I blocked him for a long time until he started coming up and he started making noise, like riding. He's putting in work.
Yeah.
You know, putting in work. Then I started seeing his dad like put him on a dirt bike, and I'm like, this dad's crazy. Like that kid ain't got it. Like you're trying to, you know what I mean? Like I know my son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it just looks like this kid's gonna get hurt. Like you're bugging. You know what I mean? He put in that work, but as he got well known, it became to be like, you know, oh y'all should battle. And to me, I always told him what I always told you. What I always told you about battling to you, nigga.
Which part?
The battling. He just ain't gonna battle. I don't want him to battle.
Yeah, no battle.
I just don't think it does any good. Like, you know, I say it, and somebody actually put some shit in my head that one day it was like, yo, you say that, but he plays basketball against other teams. He does, and I was like, that it kind of rocked me a little bit. But I just feel like the battle part.
I feel like it's a whole different.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't like the battle. I don't like the battle shit. So you know, the bottom line is, I never wanted him to battle because I feel like I believe in my son. You know, not saying win or lose, but I believe in my son,
as you should.
And I'm sure there's gonna be somebody there's always somebody better than him. There's always gonna be somebody better than that person. My boys was not each other's energy because I know I ride street. I rode when I rode. My boys was nice. My little pack that I had was nice, and we would feed off each other. So
same energy
I should tell the dad like, yo, why you don't just have them ride together? Why they got to battle? You know what I mean? So little man, the battle, they always wanted to battle. So I'm like, yo, for years, I'm like, you know what, bro? I'm like, we about to make a post all week that we gonna battle.
Yep.
DBlocks versus Little Man.
I met him in New Jersey. Shout out to Jimmy, Burlington County Bikes. Best bike shop in the world because he supports the kids, always had.
Right.
We end up there. We told Jimmy what we were going to do. So he's the judge. And he was like, you know, you battle. It's like you go side by side. Who got the best tricks? Who drops first?
Yeah.
You know, so right when they go to start, and Jimmy says, battle. They get ready to go. They just turn around. They give each other a pound and say, yo, we don't compete with each other. We eat with each other. And then from there, we started a real business. Yeah, it became like, yo, like we got something in numbers with these two kids. We got a powerful, you know, like
unity.
It's bro. He got almost 2 million subscribers on YouTube. He's got 2 million on Instagram. What company don't want them numbers?
Yeah.
That's crazy numbers.
And
bro.
why even feed them that energy? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they kids.
I'm big on no negativity, bro.
You know what I mean?
This page, you don't see the only negativity you see me is the post of Facebook jerks. You know what I mean? But even then, it's just funny. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
It's not.
But I think that's what keeps you guys moving too, because you guys could take like a negativity situation like that and make it into a positive, and that positive just, you know what I'm saying, blew up because. It's not better. Like, it's good seeing you ride, but it's better seeing you ride with someone else. You know, someone like your friend or, you know, someone you come to. Because y'all both nice.
They buck heads a couple times, like, you know,
but that's the sport, though. That's the sport,
He's
though.
the alpha, you know what I mean? Like, he's don't piss him off. Like, I ain't got time for that. You know what I mean? Like, I want to ride this shit. Why he got to ride? You know what I mean? Like, they butt head, but now they're older. They're cooler together. You know what I mean? You see it. They're a little more mellow together. It's dope to see. And me and the dad, but we cracking jokes on each other all the time. We be in companies, group chats together, and but he's not fat, but he got a belly. But I always be like, this fat motherfucker just wants snacks. Like but that's how we reel these companies in to see our personalities as dads and yo, these guys are cool. They funny as hell. Like you would not, you being in that chat just has you cracking up. You know what I mean? But we created a bond that creates income for these two boys.
Yeah, they got a business.
I got a whole pitch deck with them two. It's 6 pages that you email companies for these numbers. I had a kid named Steve made it for us, which is dope. You know what I mean? Like,
so before we keep going, right? So our sponsor, Just BIKELIFE, want to give you a mask.
Okay.
And
nice
from our
right there.
Your camera right there.
And from our end, we got a little gift for you and your father.
Oh, okay.
So we got a little. So for you guys know, we don't have merch, right? So you guys are the first ones to have our merch.
Oh, that's dope.
So this is something that's gonna come out hopefully soon.
Is it in Spanish?
Nah, it's I'm gonna do a Spanish one too.
You gotta do a Spanish one, bro.
Cause it's funny, bro. This podcast was supposed to be all Spanish, but it's like, nah.
And that what you know, it's that fear because my
So
Yeah,
there was a small. I think that was.
see,
That,
and that's dope because
so let me see.
What it say in the back? What it say in the back?
It says
Only real ones wear a helmet.
only real ones help.
I get one, but I'm working on
you
it.
can't get wet. I be like this.
So yeah, you guys are the first ones to have it.
That's fire. That's
Yo, and I
fire.
feel like in dual merch, like experience wise, black and white will always sell, bro.
Nah, yeah, that's.
I did colors and I did all that shit, and I'm just like I always got stuck with some, but black and white.
Yeah, it's
because
the most common.
I'm clean, but I'm a dirty dude. I'll get on the ground real quick, look under the car.
I can't wear a white. I can't wear a white shirt, bro.
I can't wear a white.
I'm a little kid with a white shirt.
No light G. You always see any video. 99. My wife be hating it. 99% of the time, I'm all black. My sister be like, change your outfit up once in a while.
we just had me and my girl just had a conversation in the car. Like she was riding with me over here. She's here with us. And I'm like, yo, I always wear black. And my son bought me a shirt like for what was it, for my birthday? For my birthday, he's like, here, Pa, because I know you always wear a different color. You always wearing.
Your own kids is telling you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's funny.
So yeah. So you got any?
That's fire.
That's another gift.
Yeah, that's another gift. That's
that's
more
for-
gifts for them.
So the bike life. So another gift.
That's
don't worry,
coming
Alana.
from the city. That's coming from the
That's
city.
from the
We want
bike
to
life,
show you
right? 2 or 3.
support and love.
They both the same size?
They're both small, yeah.
They both small.
Alright, you gotta let the call off right
You
there.
just trying to force me to wear blue shit.
If it ain't 250, he ain't wearing it. Yo.
You wear it. Just be like, I need to find sneakers to match the shoes. I'm like,
Oh, you sound like my kids,
Yeah,
man.
with the black one.
Bro, that's fire. Huh?
That's dope. That's
That's
dope.
from our city.
I always
2 or 3
like
bike
the
life.
sleeve. The sleeve lowers are dope.
That's fire. That's fire.
I'm getting that. Open this.
Rip it, man. Rip it.
Break that.
You gotta hit the thing. That's fire.
So yeah, this is fire, bro.
A
And
lot of love for the city.
Is it good? And I and Fito, I came here because, on the strength of you, because the last time I seen y'all do the podcast and you spoke highly of me and my son. And to me, and obviously, but by this or by talking to me, I'm super loyal. So to me, I go out of my way. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't about, I don't want your gas money. I don't, you pay for my food. You're trying to do all that shit. Like, it's a respect thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we grow up together, we build together. If this helps you, it helps me tell my story, for one. But because y'all, we're talking great about me, and I have people reach out to me all the time. I turn them down for years. This might be the only podcast you see me on. Like,
and we thank you for that. Like,
I don't do that. You know
I
what I mean?
appreciate it. And it's like I always tell people, and who I tell whoever, like, this podcast is more to bring. I don't want to. The negativity is out there already. I don't need to be talking about. Like, I don't put videos up of people falling and none of that stuff. Like, or even bad stuff that happens in the whole bike life thing. Mm-hmm. To me, is more of like I want people to see the good, the positive out of it. Like this whole positive of him having his own at 11, 12 years old, having his own business and doing this, and basically this is your future. Like, this is where you're going with this. Like, doing what you love to do is crazy, and people don't see that. People only see the bad things of bike life. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we're not all the same way. Like, we all here, we all work. I'm a business owner. You're a business owner.
You gotta grow, and that's part of life. Like, you start with these bikes in these streets, but look, we slow down in the streets. We do more events. He gets paid to do events. We meet other companies. Like, you build. That's what it's supposed to be, to build a future. In the end, when he turns 16, if he don't want to ride no more, he knows how to weld. He knows how to sand cars. You're gonna be painting.
Yeah.
You don't want. I tell him all the time. I stop doing this shit right now. I sell all them bikes in the garage. I'll sleep good tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, it's stressful for me. I own a body shop, bro. I own a body shop full time, and it's like I got 2 phones. I don't got 2 phones by choice. I hate having 2 phones. My wife hates how I have 2 phones. You always on your phone. You know what I mean? Sorry, but you know what I mean? It's like
I hear the same thing.
I had to get an iPhone because I was always an Android dude. The iPhone is more Instagram user friendly with the videos. Somebody, I think straight up 631 told me that. And it's like, I didn't know, so now I got 2 phones, and it's like, because I can't, I'm Android, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like I had to have an email for him, and I have to have my own phone for my shop and my own business.
You got a lot going on. You got your own.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, my boy I got trading with me, just to a trade. Like, he's giving me motivation to start him another YouTube. But
and shout out your YouTube. What's the YouTube channel again?
It's Babydblocks, right? This is Babydblocks.
Babydblocks. So go follow him, subscribe, go do everything you gotta do. Go follow Babydblocks YouTube and do that. Yeah, subscribe,
I'm trying to do it different this time. Like, you gotta do. A lot of stuff I didn't know. I'm a dad. I'm just posting. Yo, my son just did a wheelie on the back.
Yeah.
strike. They take my whole pay. I don't know. You know, I didn't know nothing about that shit. I'm like, come on, bro. I'm like, I just gave up. I'm like, I'm done with the YouTube. But I know he be watching people on YouTube. I know he. You know what I mean?
YouTube is where that.
Yeah.
So why don't you?
What's his YouTube channel? I'm like, he ain't got one. But
You
now,
don't play video games and none of that stuff.
Yeah.
So why don't you start doing your own Twitch and Fortnite like that,
I'm
bro?
not that nice
He's
yet.
not.
No, bro. Listen, that guy sucks. Right there.
Yeah, look.
10K
Don't
followers.
tell him that, bro, because he made me go to Walmart like 11 o'clock at night one night because he wanted the gaming screen, the curved one. He said, yo, look at my gaming. What was it? My gaming station. I'm like,
Like you should. Like, to be honest,
he up at 2 in the morning screaming. You want to deal with that shit? Yeah.
I deal with it now. I got two. I told mine, I'm like, yo, I'm buying your camera, boy. Like, cause you gotta start. These games are expensive. You gotta start working to pay these bad boys.
For it. And I tell him like, yo, you can make money doing the stuff that you love, and that's why I tell you, like, I show kids that shit. Like, I don't show them to be disrespectful. I show them like that's motivation, bro. If you can't get motivated off of that, then show me some other way to tell you. This is making sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I worked as a kid all my life. My back, hands hurt. I tell them all the time, like, yo, again, we can stop doing this shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're doing something that you like doing. You know what I'm
And that's
saying?
the best thing, bro, to do something that you love doing, bro.
Yeah, you don't play Warzone?
No.
Damn, we
Good.
gotta go.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm not a gamer.
Yeah.
I hear man, you in the middle of the night.
Yeah, like
Yo, shut up.
I be playing Fortnite sometimes. Yeah, we about to get.
I
on
don't get that
Fortnite.
game, bro. I really don't.
I'm
I used to
booty
get
too,
addicted
though.
to
I've
Call
never
of
been a
Duty.
gamer. I don't know nothing.
But nah, but yeah,
I
like,
don't even
yo,
know
you
how
should
to hold
really-
a controller. So,
Like you
bro.
like if you love doing it, you already have your Instagram to push that Twitch. Twitch is another income, bro. Like that's what he lives off, Twitch right now.
He got his own
he
TikTok
plays Call of
that I
Duty.
don't see, and he got a Snapchat. I don't have a Snapchat. Like he does. all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Right.
that, and
But see,
even
but
Twitch,
he's
Twitch, you guys could use it for going live.
The ride outs.
The ride outs, you go on a ride out an event, you go live on Twitch, and people are talking to you, sending biddies and all this stuff. Like it's just,
That's crazy.
it's crazy.
It's a whole nother.
It's
like,
another
and
world,
and that's
another
what it is,
animal.
Like people become, you know. And I think I'm just so humble to it. Like where I'm just like I really can't just put 100. I had a guy that sponsored me. He used to send him like all this Travis Scott sneakers. Like send him like 8 pair of different like.
Yo, no
crazy-
estás el tipo que manda para acá. Where he at? Yo.
He's like Steve from, but he ended up selling the sneaker business he had. He don't have it no more, but he believed in me so much. He was like, "What do you need to quit working for a whole year?" He was like, "Just to see if it works. If it don't work,
Yeah.
you know what? Like $100 grand. He's like, I'll give you $100 grand. Just pay your bills and do YouTube every day." And I was like, I thought about it, and I'm just like,
And you know what? Not for nothing, you will
Nike,
blow. You will
do
blow.
it.
You will blow it because like you will blow up on YouTube because you have.
Well, they were already blown up on
No, but I'm
YouTube.
saying like him doing it
like
with-
every
yeah,
day.
every day
Yeah.
type of thing.
I
like,
wish, you know,
you
wish
have
you
the
could do that
content
shit.
because you got the content in your body shop. You say,
Well,
listen, I work in a warehouse and it's there's funny people in the warehouse.
Yeah, and you be like, you should be a comedian.
Yeah, like
It has to be educational. As long as everything he does is educational and is posted under that, then you won't get flagged. Because the thing is, if they see it as just someone having fun, they know at the end the other kids are going to try it.
Yeah.
So in
They
order
gotta
for
monetize
keep that away, they'll just not, like they said, they'll just give it a strike.
It was bad. I mean, it was to me. It was like he's underage on a motorcycle.
There's-
Jumping off the roof onto picnic tables.
Yeah.
Like, how is that still
Listen,
up? And my
like-
son's just riding a bike.
There's
about WrestleMania.
Bro, but I know my boy Alex is like, he'll call me like, bro, I'm stressing. I'm like, what happened? He was like, they gave me another strike
Oh,
today.
man.
And it's like, he's devastated because he's got almost 2 million subscribers and he still hasn't even have his million plaque. Because once you get a strike, you gotta wait another so many months or a year before
Yeah.
you can even.
That's dope though too, because you guys got the YouTube plaque already, right?
We got the 100. He
How-
had 200,000 subscribers, and they sent him the 100,000 subscriber plaque.
That's
You know,
right.
but it was one of them things. I didn't know how to get it. I had a friend of mine that did his Stardom Young logo. My friend Nabi, who he built his website. Like he's been a friend.
Yeah.
I used to get money back in the days airbrushing helmets at events with Nabi, so I've known him a long time. So he's the one that was like, I'm gonna get that plaque. I'm gonna submit the thing, and then the plaque came. We was hyped, you know. And
That's
then like
fire.
a week later,
That's fire.
lost the whole page. I'm like, wow, bro, this
Nah.
is just.
This is dope. I mean, it's dope for us because it's like when he showed me the idea of the podcast, I was like, yo, this is something that's definitely needed, because of everything that's going around. And, you guys keep bringing up, oh, this rider. And for us, it's like, let's get the story out.
Yeah.
Let's have those people come in. You know, how does this helmet keep you from, you know, going to the other side? Or what's the story behind your helmet? Some people have brought him like, yo, look, this mark right here, if I wasn't for the helmet, it would have been over. So, you know, that's kind of the only thing. But I think those stories are needed, right?
Yeah.
So to have you guys, for us, it's like, yo, we're definitely on the right
big.
path.
No, yeah.
We're reaching
Definitely.
people.
Yeah.
So if we're very grateful that you guys gave us the opportunity, because it's like, hay tanta gente that they feel just because they have a little bit of following, they're above.
They get
the
cocky, bro.
content,
I've listened.
right? So to have you guys here and know that all those people that we reached out to was like, oh, we don't got the number, this and this and that. Maybe later.
Pay
you
me,
guys are just
right?
starting.
Pay me.
I got
Pay me
hit
to boo you.
No, it was crazy because I talked to, not to cut you off, but I was talking to someone. I said, yeah, I'm going to do this podcast. I got Baby DBlocks on it. And the first thing he
told me
said
that.
was, how
How
you
you
pay him? First he said, oh, how much you pay him? And I'm like, what
Like,
you talking
damn.
about? He's like, how you do that? I said, what do you mean? Like, you know what I mean? It was all genuine. You know
But
what
you,
It
I
was
mean,
never-
on a business end, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's time when somebody gets, you know, to me it's just like I was saying it to somebody the other day. I'm like, yo, he's got 2 million followers. Like, it's a lot. But it's like I've been there since 9 years doing this shit. Like, I
It's
mean, you look
nothing.
how many posts he got. Like, I've been doing this shit. You think that happened overnight? But it's like I see people with 150,000, 200,000 that are killing it.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell did I do wrong? But then again, I'm like, I don't even care. I'm having fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's like he's still young. You know, but to me, it's like, you know, like I reached out to Monster. I had a videographer from Monster. I knew his name and I had his number for years. And he would always tell him, this kid. But because he's under 18,
Yeah.
under a certain age, you can't even have a Monster energy drink.
Yeah.
An energy drink, period.
Right.
You know, a lot of people are like, he's drinking an energy drink. They don't realize it's water.
It's water.
You know, which was
Haters
different.
gonna hate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. It's everywhere, bro.
I wish we had like unlimited time, bro.
Word.
Cause I know we
This is-
have.
Told you, yo,
This is
part
boring.
2. Bring my fat ass friend Alex. You fat ass coming on this shit.
Right.
Right here, your fat ass Alex, one way little man dad. Your fat ass is gonna be sitting right here. We'll bring you. You bring him some cupcakes, some snacks.
Yeah, we got it.
And
We
we'll
got
have
it.
a part 2. We'll meet him over. We'll do the same shit. We'll do a ride out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Remember
that'd be dope.
that's Lil Man's father, right? You
Yes,
talking-
sir.
That's all him saying that. It's not us.
He'll laugh,
But if you
bro.
want food,
He'll laugh.
I got you.
Swiss rolls.
Pero, yo, Julio.
Swiss
So,
rolls.
Part two, definitely. Baby DBlocks.
Nah, part two.
Lil Man, Un Caco en Historia, part 2. Coming.
Part 2 will be dope. Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys came down
Likewise.
here. Thank you for coming.
Likewise.
Thank
I know you want to go be playing Fortnite and all that stuff. You took your time to go be
Go to
here.
the car meet, bro. He's trying to hurry up. He came home at 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning. I'm like, yo, he's going to watch the street races. They got street races by my place.
Yeah, they'll do it out here
dope.
too.
He's trying to go home. He's trying to go home, definitely. He's happy. Look, now he's smiling. Look, yeah,
It's time to go home. Dad.
Dad,
I don't even want to stop and get nothing to eat. I'm gonna go home.
But thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys, and I hope this is more. We get to ride, and I'm definitely soon we're gonna have to ride together. I
next
definitely
time, I should have another bike, and we'll
I
bring
want one
another
of
bike.
those.
Yeah.
The ones that I saw today,
Bro, they're fun.
I'll get one of those.
I tell you, look, we had him out all day. We had him out all day
I had
chilling.
a blast. I had a blast, bro.
Man,
I was like,
fun.
I spent like 200, 2,500 on a bike, and I can't even Willie how heavy that shit is. It's like 7
Don't start him off. He's
Oh
bike
my
life.
God.
One,
Yeah?
one person.
It's a bike like.
Who said that you was
He
bike
rides
life?
e-bikes. He rides e-bikes.
I got the hoodie. That said it all. I got
Yeah.
that bike life in the back.
I got the ski. I got it all.
He got the whole bike life kit.
Yeah,
The
he got
starter
the
pack. We gotta make a starter pack one.
Alright, brother. Yo, subscribe, follow, like, síganos, por favor. We need that.
No, si no van a seguir sus sueños, síganos en las redes. Gracias.
You gotta say it in English.
What is he saying?
If y'all not gonna follow your dreams,
last,
follow me on social
what
media.
Yeah.
yo, last but thank you guys for everything, man.
That's a fact.
I've been with you guys all day. Like we was fucking riding bikes. You don't know, but if you like watch the podcast before, they always ask me like, "What's your favorite rider?" And I tell them Baby DBlocks,
Yeah.
and they like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Ain't that's the little kid?" I say, "Yeah, that's the little kid." You know what I mean? But it was the way you carry yourself, the way you know, you guys got this thing going, and seeing you grow without even knowing you. I seen you grow. I seen you go from the little bikes. I seen you on the 125 where I was like, oh my God, like he looked so small on that shit, but you was going crazy. So like, again, thank you, bro, for everything. Like, you guys could have been doing anything else. You know what I'm saying? This was big for all of us here.
I mean, how was like the third? This is the third try, ¿verdad? I was like first time, like I think he had games, and then I had to go somewhere. I saw off, and you know, I'm loyal, bro, and I'm a man of my word. So when I say I'm coming somewhere, I didn't tell you the day of. I gave you time, like, yo, I can't make it.
Nah, we understand that.
I felt bad.
I got kids that play sports, so it's like I know.
I don't want some. But I'm like, damn, I hope they don't think like.
I mean,
we gotten used to rejection.
Yeah.
Listen,
I got just keep going. This is good, bro.
I got used to coming here and nobody show up, so we good.
That's when you order.
So we good.
But
again, because they're gonna be begging. Let me go on your podcast.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
You don't even know it. Keep going, bro. Julio.
Thank you.
I can't even thank you enough, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna bring a couple. I'll bring the trailer. We'll bring a bunch of e-bikes.